What's up, guys? It's Techno Viking 23 coming to you today with another episode of my Rage Shadow Legends free-to-play series. Skipping ahead a couple more days on this account. We are on day 8 of our brand new free-to-play account, and we have already got the Epic Champion Shaman for our 7-day first login reward, and now we are moving on to our second new player reward, which is going to be the Epic Champion Jizo, who we will get at the end of this next week, along with another decent gear set early on. That's going to be a little bit better than what we've got so far. So let's take a look at him. Not a super special champion, but he's still pretty good early on, especially since we're on a free-to-play account, and we're kind of taking what we can get at this point. One of the cooler designs with the lizard men, you can see he's actually missing his hand on the other side, so he's just kind of wrapped in chain this blade on there. That's pretty cool. So taking a look at his skills, he can attack one enemy 2 times. His damage is based on defense too, which is, I like defense and HP champions. They're a little bit easier to build up just on those stats. He's got a shield buff and a counterattack buff, which is pretty cool. And then he has attacks one enemy with an 80% chance of placing provoke debuff for 2 turns and a continuous heal buff on himself. So he's going to be almost like a mini counterattacking tank. That can work pretty well in your campaign team early on, and he's also decent in a couple of dungeons, but we'll worry a little bit more about him once we get him at the end of this week, but I just wanted to kind of go over that real quick. So let's go ahead and grab our first artifact for this login reward, and then you can see here we're on day 8. We're actually going to get an XP boost today, which is pretty cool. So we'll grab that. Let's get rid of these pop-ups that are going to hit us with. That's it, just 2 today? Okay, cool. So let's see here. We have an XP boost. We have 2 days left on this one, so that's good. And right now it's kind of a busy time in the game. There is a summoning boost going on for the next 3 hours and 7 minutes, and then that's actually going to reset again for tomorrow, which is kind of cool. We've got some events and some tournaments going on right now as well. And if this ever loads, we can take a look at that. We got the Fire Night tournament, we've got the Classic Arena Takedown, and the Champion Chase tournament that are going on. And then we've got some other events as well here. So we've got the Champion Training event, Dungeon Divers, and then Artifact Enhancements, which is going to start here in the next 2.5 hours. So lots of stuff to do, and we have 10 Ancient Shards that we have saved up on this account just from getting the challenges and missions and getting some lucky drops in the dungeons. So we're going to pull these today and see if we can get lucky with those. Let me just show you guys so far. Let me go ahead and find a cheap item in the market to buy so we can get that first daily quest done. And then I'm going to show you guys the roster real quick so you can kind of see what we're working with now. So been farming quite a bit the last 2 days because they've been giving us a bunch of free energy for all the server issues they've been having with the game. So we actually did get enough to fuse Kale up to 5 stars. So he's now level 7. I got to level him up to 50, but we were able to get him up to 5 stars, which is pretty good. We're only on day 8 of the account, so we're just trying to focus on getting him to 6 stars as fast as we can so he can be our best character and farm the campaign for us. We've been getting a lot of mileage out of Bogwalker and Eris here. We have Shaman, who we just got as our first epic. We put some gear on her, nothing crazy good, but we're just going to use her. She may become food later, I don't know, but we're going to keep her for now since she is our first epic champion. And we've been leveling her up during the champion leveling event. Still have Fortress Goon here. He's at level 29 out of 40. Been working on our Hexweaver as well. And then moving down the list here, we just have some champions here we're keeping as food. We did finally get Spirit Host to drop from the Durham Forest, so that was pretty cool. She's going to wind up becoming our arena lead once we get her leveled up because she has a aura boost for speed in all battles. So she's going to kind of serve as our arena lead until we get Haikatoon. But we're not super focused on arena right now, but getting her to drop was pretty cool. And she's a really good champion you can use as free-to-play in quite a lot of areas. A couple of uncommons we pulled and hung on to. We have the Sergeant here. He has a 2-hit on his first ability, and also attack with a random ally assist. He's mainly for the Fire Knight since we don't have too many champions that are great for Fire Knight at this point. And also Dervish, who has a two-time attack here as well. And then she can also place heal reduction, so she's good on the Fire Knight as well. It's kind of why we kept her. It is the Fire Knight event this weekend, but we're going to keep her and the Sergeant for future events. And, you know, some of these uncommons can work pretty well for you as you go through. So, anyways, our goal today now is to hopefully get something in one of these 10 ancient shards that's going to be account changing. I doubt we will, especially because it's a 10x event, and usually the 10x events aren't that good for pulling champions you're really looking for, because it doesn't actually increase the odds of pulling a good champion. It just increases the chances that the pull you get would be that champion if you were going to get that. So, for example, on a ancient shard, we have a measly 0.5% chance of pulling a legendary. But if you do pull a legendary, you then get a 10 times chance of getting one of these characters. So what I'm actually hoping for is either Talia or Allure, because they're both pretty good. And I have Talia on some of my other accounts, and I also have Allure on one of my other ones as well, and they're both pretty good champions. I'm getting the legendary at this point is probably Fantasy World, but who knows. We're going to pull them and see what we get. And since we are on a free-to-play account, we're hopefully going to at least get even hopefully some good rares. The Frozen Banshee would be cool, just anything like that where we can get a champion that will help our account out. So let's go ahead and summon these. I'm going to do these individually. I usually would do a 10 pull just to get it over with, but since it's a free-to-play account and I want to also, you know, focus on the rare champions to see if we get anything good, we'll go over these. Skullsworn, that is terrible. He is available in the campaign, and he drops fairly often when you farm him in campaign. So he's not a terrible champion. He's got a 2 times attack, can also get an extra hit, increased speed buff for 2 turns, and counter attack, and then he has a turn meter on critical hits. So brand new account, he's decent if you don't have anything else, but he drops so frequently from the campaign that this is kind of just a waste of a shard almost. So more than likely he will be food for right now. So let's get on to our next shard. We're hoping to see purple. We want to get some epics early on, and instead we get Madman. Oh, let's see. Attacks with 1 enemy. You can ascend it to get 50% chance of attacking all enemies with a second hit. Ugh, that's not very good. Attacks all enemies, heals this champion by 10%. Wait, is that if his oh wow, okay. Too many qualifiers on these abilities. You don't want abilities that have a lot of qualifiers. Ignores 30% of their defense. That's okay, but yeah, he's gonna wind up being a snack for somebody. Alright, third pull, let's see. Come on, give me the purple. Bombardier, I think he's pretty bad. Attacks 1 enemy. Attacks 1 enemy. Attacks 1 enemy 3 times with a poison on a 4-turn cool. See, you'd have to put 7 books into this. That's just not worth it. Decent ability, but yeah, it's just going to require too much of an investment. So yeah, he's not very good either. All right, come on. Let's get some luck here. Another rare. Valerie. Okay, cool. Kind of disappointing because she drops from the campaign as well. You can farm her up pretty easily from the Carrot Castle stage. We didn't get her though, so that's kind of good. I'm not going to complain too much about this one, other than the fact that 2 of our shards so far have been champions that dropped from the campaign. Her basic just attacks 1 enemy, nothing special there. But her energizing presence is pretty good. Decreases the duration of all debuffs on all allies by a turn. That also puts an increased attack buff on them. When you ascend it, it increases the duration of all buffs by a turn, and decreases debuffs by a turn, plus gives a 25% attack. And then her protection, it's kind of a big cooldown, but it puts a shield buff for 2 turns, and it all depends on her level. It also heals everybody depending on how many buffs are under. She's actually pretty good. I've seen her being used through the mid game and also even up into some of the higher levels of arena. So we're definitely going to hang on to her and put some resources into her. But decent pull. But like I said, we can get her from the campaign too. So kind of disappointing that came from a shard. But let's keep on trucking here and see if we can get anything. Another dwarf. Ugh. I swear it's like the worst faction in the game. Alright, let's see what we got on this guy. Attacks one enemy, places a shield buff equal to 10% of his max HP. Damage based on HP defense. Okay, he's an HP champion, so maybe there's a chance for him. Attacks one enemy, places 50% heal reduction for 2 turns. Could work with that. Alright, let's see. Locks at Ascension level 3. Ally protection buff for 2 turns, increased defense for 2 turns. Okay, so his kit's not that special. Yeah, I'm guessing for. Let's see what people rate him. Yeah, I didn't think it would be too high. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he's going to become a snack for somebody. Let's move on. Siegebreaker. I think I got him on my other account, and he's not that great. Yeah, 3.5, 3.8. Text one enemy twice. Block cooldown skills. If it's a critical, it can decrease turn meter. That's not terrible. But yeah, not anything special. All right, we got 4 left. Come on, let's get lucky here. Give us something decent. At least give me 1 epic out of these 10. Grinner. I think he's actually not bad. Undead Horrors. Let's see what we can do with him. Attacks one enemy. Increase attack buff on all allies for 2 turns. Not bad. Attacks all enemies. 20% chance of removing a random buff from each target. It looks like you can move that up to 50%. That's a lot of books, though. 8 books on 1 skill. That's a lot. Okay. Revives an ally with 50% HP. Shield buff on them for 2 turns equal to 12. Okay, that's not bad, but again, 7 turns, which you can come down to 4. But yeah, this guy's going to require a lot of investment to make him any good. And being on a free-to-play account, it's you kind of have to pick and choose where your books are going to go. So I don't know. We may. He's not going to be our best option at support, but cool-looking champion, and he's got potential. But I just don't think we have the resources to really invest in him. All right, we got 3 left. Let's see if we can get a good pull here. Too much blue popping up here. Slasher, another lizardmen. I'll say this for the lizardmen. At least their faction looks pretty cool. They have some of the best designs. Let's see what he's got. Attacks 1 enemy. That's pretty basic. Attacks 1 enemy 2 times with a chance of placing 30% decreased defense. Places 15% increase crit rate and shield buff on for 2 turns. Value is proportional to his defense and critical damage. Yeah, his kit's not really registering with me too much, so probably going to use him as food. All right, we got 2 more. It's not looking good so far. We didn't really get anything that's account changing at this point. Oh, hold on. Uh-oh. Oh, nice. Okay, wow. This is a great pull for free-to-play. This early on. This guy is amazing. You kind of see he's got really good ratings in a lot of these areas. He has a really. I have him actually on my my main account and my clan boss team. Oh, this is a good pull. Okay, this makes up for the prior 9 or the prior 8 where we didn't get anything. So attacks one enemy, 50% heal reduction debuff if the target's defense is lower than this champion's. Damage is based on defense, and he is a defense champion, so we're going to be wanting to put as much defense on him as possible. Stonewall places a 25% ally protection buff on all allies except for him for 2 turns. Puts a counterattack buff on all allies except him for a turn, and puts an unkillable buff on him for 1 turn. And then we can ascend him up to 3 stars. We'll get a 50% ally protection buff, counterattack, and then unkillable as well. So this guy's just going to be a tank for us who's going to help out the rest of the people on our team. And he has a passive, which decreases the duration of all debuffs on him by 1 turn at the start of each turn. So. And he's got an aura for ally resistant faction crypts for 45. So this is a great pull for us. He instantly jumped up into like our top best characters on this account so far. And we're definitely going to put some time and some investment into him because he is a great champion. So, okay, cool. That kind of makes me happy that out of the 9 we pulled so far, we did get 1 champion that's at least going to help our account quite a bit. All right, let's pull the last one. It's going to be hard to Hard to live up to that last pull, but let's see what happens here. Yeah, we got another rare. Okay, yeah, total letdown. Lamellar is what they should call him, I guess. But Sacred Order. I know this guy is not very good, but he's an HP champion at least. See if his kit can offer us anything. Attacks when enemy with decreased defense, damage based on HP. Attacks all enemies, damage based on HP. Interesting. Decreases damage taken by this champion by 30% when his HP is below 30%. And a faction crypt aura. Yeah, not real great here, so I'm not really going to really worry too much about him. All right, well, there we go. We pulled our 10 shards that we worked so hard to get this week. And we at least got one decent pull, so pretty happy with that. We got Skullcrusher, so that's pretty awesome. I'm very happy with that. So he's our second epic on this account. And unlike Shaman, he's an epic that we're going to get a lot of mileage out of. He's going to be good in the mid game and the end game, so that is a really good pull for us there. Let's see, do we want to save any? I think we're going to keep Valerie. And I think she was really the only rare that we dropped that we're going to keep and work on for now. So, all right, well, let us go ahead and I don't have any brews to level anybody up with. How many slots do I have? I can pull two mystery shards to use as food here for our 3 tavern level daily quest. Oh, look at that, another dwarf. Oh, how surprising. Alright, so we got some people we can use there. We'll go ahead and give these to Valerie. Go down here. I think that's going to get her. We'll give her an uncommon. Okay, that should give us our 3 levels. Cool. Alright, and then we can start working on gear for Skullcrusher. So we want defense on him for sure. Of course, I don't have much defensive gear. That could be a problem early on. We may actually wait to develop him because we really don't have a whole lot of decent gear at this point that we can put on him. We got a couple of these other sets from the Dragon, but I don't really think we have much here that's going to be useful. See if any of this Relentless is all. Yeah, it's mostly. I got 2% there, but that would work okay for him. We're looking for defensive percent on him. HP. Flat stats. Too many flat stats. Deflection set would actually work really well for him, which we have to build through the Forge, which is the new feature. Resilience, defense 10, HP 10. Do we have any good rolls here? We got HP. Yeah, nothing there. I'd like to put that deflection set on him, but alright, so we're going to wait on his gear for a while because it looks like he is. We don't really have the gear to put on him at this point. Let's see if any of our other champions have some gear we can level up here. Don't really want to be putting too much on any. Okay, so we can do these boots up to level 8 on Outlaw Monk. We actually failed a roll at level 5 and wow, and 6. Oh my lord, are you kidding me? This is why I hate this gear system. Like, you should not be failing rolls at 5 and 6 when you have a high upgrade chance. That's just RNG on this game. Alright, cool. So that's that other daily quest. Let us go fight in the arena after we get through all these pop-ups. That's kind of the interesting thing, too. Whenever you pull an epic champion or a legendary out of your shard pulls, it's going to give you a pop-up for a special offer. It's like the game knows, oh, hey, you just got this new champion. You want to spend some money on it? It's like, no, not really. All right, let's see here. So this looks like the bronze 2. I mean, look at this. There's legendary Rotos and bronze at 900. That's crazy. Look at all these legendaries. This arena is such a mess. Let's refresh and see if we can get some more some more winnable matches here. All right, so we've got Kale, Hexweaver, Eris, and Bogwalker in our arena team right now. Once we get Spirit Host leveled up, we will stick her on this team as the lead to get a little bit extra speed. But right now we're just focused, as I've said in the other episodes, right now we're just focused on getting some wins, getting those medals every night so we can start building up our Great Hall. Hopefully this Kale won't solo us. Okay, that's 2 out of 5. See if there's any more. Cherry pick these easy wins just to kind of get through it a little bit more quickly. There we go. Nice one shot there. That works. See, looks like the rest of this. Trying to find. I think we can beat these guys. You can see Kale hits pretty hard now, even though he's only at level 7 since he's up to 5 stars now. His opening attacks there hit for quite a bit. Alright, I think that's 4. One more and we should be good to go. Let's see what this team's rated, 22. We can try this, but I'm a little nervous of that Gaelic at the end there. Let's see what happens here. Oh, plus they have the revive. That could come back to bite us. See if we can take her down. Yeah, this team's a little bit better than ours. But, ooh, we got rid of the Shaman, so we may have a chance. Just got to kill Gaelic here. He's in lifesteal too. Let's see, one more hit. Can we get one more hit? Nice. There we go. Cool. All right, I think that's 5. So we are good to go on that. We can go get our campaign energy. You can see we're at 97 on 97. I had like 1,000 energy the last couple days. That's why we've been able to make so much progress on our roster. Just going through and getting all that energy to farm stuff with. All right, let's see how we're doing on our weekly quest. You see we only have 3 more of these. We'll get another ancient shard. And then our monthly quest, we need to upgrade 1 more artifact to level 16, and then we need a whole bunch of arena battles. And then it's basically just doing 23 more daily quests, full daily quest completions, and then we'll get a sacred shard once we're done with that. So that will guarantee us an epic champion, which is pretty cool. We also get a void shard for finishing that one. So advanced quest we still cannot go into. I think we're at 31, so 4 more levels till we get there. But that's something to look forward to. All right, let's see. What is our 7 campaign battles and 50 energy used there? Looks like we got a tournament dot here as well. Let's see what's going on with this. Classic arena takedown. Oh, okay, cool. All right, so where are we here? We're at 23 points, so we need 30 more to get these shards for the fragment fusion. So we can definitely get that. This goes on for another day, so... As a free-to-play account, we definitely want to try to take advantage of these events that drop the fragments. Every so often, they will do one where, let's go to the portal real quick. I'll show you guys the fragment summon. So these are all characters that they did Horden a while back. They haven't brought him back in a while. Drexar Blood Twin is in the 3v3 arena, which we haven't unlocked yet. You can get his fragments there. They did some events for Kreela a while back. On my main account, I think I've got like 65, but they haven't brought her back in a while. But this is Ghoul, I guess, the Gaunt, and he's a support legendary. You can see here we have 15 shards out of 100, and if you are able to get the 100 shards on him through these events that they do, you'll be able to get a legendary without having to pull them. So that's pretty cool. And if you're on a free-to-play account, low-spend account, these are a great way to kind of build up your roster a little bit. So we'll work on getting as many of his shards as we can this weekend. All right, so we need 7 campaign battles. Check our challenges to see if there's anything here that we need to do. Win 2-star or higher gauntlets with attack percentage. Yeah, those are gonna. I can farm those later off screen. That's gonna take a while. When it requires a certain statistic that to hit Anastar level, that can take you a while. There's a quest line in the artifact challenges later where you have to get 4-star items with specific statistics on them. That can take quite a while. All right, dungeons, stage 4 spider. We're not ready for that, not by a long shot. Okay, so we're on to our champions. Upgrade 4 to rank 4. 1 champion level 50. Level 3 ascension. Okay, cool. So we got a lot of stuff to still do here in the challenges. Missions, I think we are up to equip rare support champion with 6 life artifacts. Okay, we can probably do that later. But alright, let's go. And since we aren't really aiming to do anything, let's see if we can progress through the campaign a bit. So we're finished all the way through Valdemar Strait. We're going to go to the Deadlands and see if we can get all the way through. Looks like we've already done a couple of these. Okay, cool. So Deadlands is one of the more important campaign stages, especially early for you, just for the simple fact that it drops War Maiden, and she is one of the best arena champions you can get early on, especially on a free-to-play account. She's got poison on her base attack, which makes her serviceable in the clan boss early on. But what you really are looking for is this Crumbling Blast. Attacks all enemies with a 75% chance of putting a 30% decrease defense for 2 turns. And then you can ascend her to 3 stars and get a 60% decrease debuff. This is massive in the arena. I have her on my arena team on my main account, which I just was going up through silver the other night with just basically characters I got from the campaign, and she's on that team with High Katoon. And so basically the way I have it set up is High Katoon is my speed booster. She goes first, and then War Maiden goes immediately second and drops this decreased debuff on everybody. And then I have Elaine going third, and she drops her nuke on the team. And if you have it built up right, you can take out almost the entire enemy team like in 3 turns, and it's pretty cool. So she is a champion that's viable even through some of the in-game through higher arena. So worth farming for her. I don't really know what her actual drop rate is here, but just from my personal experience, it's all over the place. When I was on my main account, I ran Deadlands probably at least 300 times before she dropped on that account. But then when I made my alternate account, I got her within the first like 10 runs of this stage. So it just depends. It's RNG just like everything else in this game. But she is definitely worth farming for here in the Deadlands. All right, let's go get our campaign wins here. Let's see, who do we want to use? Probably going to need Bogwalker. Kills at level 7. I tell you what, just for fun, we're going to put in Shaman, because she can revive in case anybody gets killed. Let's go ahead and put her in here and see how this team does. Alright, good. Kale still hits pretty hard, even though we reset his level. And then we actually did put some gear on Shaman. Even though I don't plan on using her much, I want to just get her to level 40 and give her some basic gear just so she'll be serviceable. But you can see these guys are a little bit tougher than usual, so it's going to take us some time to get through. Alright, here we go. We got a uncommon drop there. Let's move on to the next stage. So hopefully you guys are enjoying this kind of this look at playing through the game early on, looking at building your champions up, and just there's a lot of stuff that happens off the video though. You've got to put a lot of time into farming and developing the champions, and really be focused on what you're trying to accomplish. That's how we've been able to get Kale up to 5 stars already so early on in this playthrough. I'm doing a lot of farming off screen. Probably play on this account for 2 or 3 hours every single day. And that's the other thing I kind of like about Raid is you have, even though you have like limited energy sometimes, there's so much to do in the game. You can go play Faction Wars, which doesn't take energy, it takes faction keys. You can do the clan boss. You can work on your arena. There's all kinds of activities. And early in the game, if you take advantage of doing your missions and your challenges and you're really paying attention to it, you can build up a pretty big reserve of energy and also get some experience boosters. So that allows you to really work on your champions early on. Your main goal should just be clearing through the campaign, especially if you have an experience booster. The campaign stages are going to give you the most XP, so you want to just keep farming those over and over again until you can get through to the end. Alright, so this is going to be the boss. We're going to get 2 4-star artifacts, and we will also complete this stage. This guy's a pretty cool dragon. I think he's kind of tough though, but we should be able to beat this. But yeah, this is actually, it's really surprising because, you know, for the longest time, I thought this game was kind of a joke. So many people always made fun of it. And I was playing a lot of Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, which I still play. And then Marvel Strike Force was my other big mobile game. And I think one of my friends wanted me to try this game, and I started playing it. And I liked the design of the champions. It was pretty cool. I didn't really understand it at first. I had to put a little bit of effort into figuring out how to actually play the game. But after I started playing it, I really just kind of fell in love with the game. And I love the fact that even though it's kind of RNG, you can actually, it's very easy to build up your characters to where they can perform well. Whereas with Star Wars and Marvel Strike Force, like, it takes forever to build up a character to the point they're useful. You know, whereas in this game, it's like we have Kale already, and just in a couple of days, he's already very impressive and is going to be a very good champion for us for, you know, the foreseeable future. But if I'm playing Star Wars Galaxy Heroes and I'm trying to get a good character up to like 7 stars and get them fully geared up, it just takes forever. So I actually really like that aspect of this game, of how easy it is to build up champions. Alright, so we got the Divine Life set, which is going to be plus 15 HP, plus 15 self-shield for 3 turns. This weapon is okay. It's not amazing. Let's see what the shield rolled. Resistance, defense, HP. So that'd be good on like just a support champion. And then destroy set, that comes from this actual stage. And then 50,000 silver. So cool. Let's move on and go on to the next stage. Looks like we got our bonus finished here, 75,000 silver. We're working through getting those stars. We'll come back, try to 3-star all these stages later so we can build up to this Void Shard. And then we also get a Void Shard for finishing the normal campaign, so that's pretty cool. Alright, so we are up onto Godfrey's Crossing, and when we finish this stage, we will actually get a skill book. And go through the story here. So we're going to be fighting against the lizard men here, and we can get a couple different guys to drop. Nothing spectacular, but you can always use the food. Alright, so we'll just stick with the team we were running on the last one. But yeah, so you know, this is the game I play the most now, and I spend a lot of time on it. And even when I'm not working on videos, it's like there's always something to do, you know. And I think the other thing I like too is there's so many characters, and you can kind of use them all over the place. Like there's champions you may never use in the campaign or the arena, but you might need them for faction wars, or they're good on the clan boss. You know, there's just all kinds of stuff there. And if you're on a free-to-play or low-spend account, you can do all kinds of theory crafting with different champions. Depending on their kits, you can, you know, put different gear on them and try to gear them up, you know, differently than other people do, and figure out if maybe they work somewhere. So a lot of mobile games, they don't have that. There's the current meta, and you have to kind of go for the characters that are in the meta, and the rest of your roster is like unusable. That's really bad in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Like you know, they've got all these characters for you to collect, but really if you don't have like the main 5 or 6 that are flavor of the whatever meta, you're not going to do very well in the game. You have to, you know, you're kind of forced to pick certain characters. Marvel Strike Force is a little better at that, but the gameplay of Marvel Strike Force is just really boring to me, and I got tired of it pretty quick. But I like the fact in Raid you can get so many different characters, and you know, a lot of them are just food and not very good. But you know, especially on a account like this, you can find a way to use almost everybody. So it's pretty cool. And that's one thing I'm going to do a separate video kind of talking about the value of rare champions when you are doing a free-to-play or low-spend account, and just having to understand that as that type of player, you're not going to be getting all these crazy good rolls. Like if you watch a lot of the content creators, you'll see, you know, oh, they're getting all these epics, they're getting all these legendaries, and they have, you know, even at like level 50, they have this massive roster full of all these amazing characters. You've got to understand a lot of those people that show that off are spending a ton of money on this game. We're talking hundreds and thousands of dollars to be able to get those types of characters. All right, I can finish that one later. We're at 35 minutes, so we're reaching a good point to stop here. But again, let me just show you. So your basic chances on your rolls, like you can see, even when a sacred shard, you only have a 6% chance of pulling a legendary. So when you look at people's accounts and you see they're full of legendaries and epics, they're either like the luckiest person in the world, or they spent a lot of money on shard packs. You know, one of the things, we'll go in the shop here, but if you look at the special offers, you can see here, like, this is actually a good deal right here, but it's only because we're early in the game and we're not spending any money. They changed the amount of what's available based on your spending habits. It's kind of interesting to see. Everybody will always get a different amount on their whatever deal it's offering them. But you can see here, like, a lot of people will buy this too, $30, and you'll get all these shards throughout the month, and just all kinds of, there's ways. So you just see the general amount, and if you buy a couple of these every week, you can see how quick it adds up to basically, a lot of money. Even if you might not even realize that, you might just be buying a couple of these each week, and it's like at the end of the month, you look at your bank statement, like, oh, how much money did I spend on this mobile game? So it's kind of interesting, but you have to understand that as a free-to-play account, you're not going to have all these incredible pulls off your shards. Like tonight, we pulled those 10 Ancients. We were just hoping to get one good champion, and we did when we pulled Skullcrusher. So, we're just going to make do with what we have. Like a lot of these champions here, like, Bogwalker wouldn't normally be a great champion anybody would use, but for our account, he's pretty good. Same thing with this Fortress Goon, who, as I've said before, I just love the name. I think it's so funny. But yeah, so on an account like this, we're just going to make do with whatever we have, which is why we have so many of these uncommon champions that we've kept. And the cool thing about uncommon champions is it's very easy to level them up. It's very easy to get them more stars. And it's very easy to level up their abilities because they drop so often from mystery shards. And as I've said, when you have space in your roster, just pull as many mystery shards every day as you can, because, they can drop rares that can help you out. And if anything, just give you more food or skill upgrades for some of these uncommons. So definitely a good way to do it. All right, we'll do a clan boss battle before, and we'll see. You can see here we got the easy guy down to those last 2%. Let's see if we can finish him off. And for now, we're just going to stick with... I put this team in because I don't have a lot of good damage for this yet, and with 2 support champions in, keeping Kale alive a little bit longer, I've really been able to get my damage up a little bit higher. For only a couple day old account, we're doing okay with the clan boss, but let's go ahead and see if we can finish him off here. So you can see here he has got his other 2 arms sprouted out, and he's changed affinity to force. And we have 2 spirit champions in here, so they should be able to do a little bit of extra work against him. I think we only need to get 400k, and we should be able to take him down. When I think I ran this earlier, I think I did 800,000 on one run, so that was our best so far. So we're coming along. We're not anywhere near where we want to be, but as I said, when you're first starting out in the game, if you're in a clan, you just want to be coming in here and doing as much as you can. Just help your clan out. Try to improve your roster every couple of days. See how much more damage you can get out of a build. Try different champions in it and see what works for you. But always keep in mind how much damage you're doing per each key you're spending. Make sure you can get those chests every day, because that's going to help you out with some gear. So we're 5 turns in. We're up to 307. And you can see we're getting a lot of healing from... we got our lifesteal sets going on, and we have 2 support champions in, so getting a good amount of healing. And the main reason for that is to just keep Kale alive. He is our main damage dealer right now. He's going to do the most work, so we want to make sure he's getting enough support. We're over 400k, so I think we may have done it. I think we're good, but we'll see how much further we can go here. We're up to turn 10. See how much farther they can go. I think there's an advanced quest to make it to 20 turns, but we don't have those unlocked yet, so obviously that's not going to matter for us. Looks like we're going to do a little over 600,000, so that's pretty good. I don't think she's going to survive much longer here, but we'll see. All right, cool. 621, not bad. And you can see here, Kale did pretty much most of the work there, but that's to be expected early on. All right, so let's go back. I think that should be it. Yep, we got the infinity symbol there, so that is it. We're all done with that clan boss. So we will get we'll get 2 chest drops tomorrow. Let's see, did we hit we're at 2.38 million on 3 keys, so that's the best we've done so far. That's pretty good for right now. So we will get we'll get the warrior chest. So that's pretty cool. And if you click on actually I thought if you clicked on these it told you what you get, but apparently it doesn't. All right, so there we go. So that was pretty good playthrough here. And again, let's see, we are only on day 8 of our account, so we've got a ways to go in this first month as we work towards High Katoon. We're going to get 2 Void Shards this month too, so hopefully those will be helpful on our account. And we'll see what else we can get here. So anyways, guys, I'm going to keep playing a little bit off the video and continue grinding away on this free-to-play account. As always, if you have any questions about anything that you saw in this episode, feel free to leave a question down below in the comments. If you have any questions about the game in general, feel free to let me know. I hope you guys have been enjoying the series and a look at how a free-to-play account works without spending any money. Hopefully this will show you guys that you can play the game and enjoy it and get some decent champions without having to drop any money on the game. I'm not saying you shouldn't spend money on the game. You know, if you like the game and want to support the devs, it's always cool to do that. And I definitely do spend a little bit of money on my main account because I do enjoy raids. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. As always, thank you for watching. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again next time.